Ndizi TV Ubwansu Gusii.
Mwana mwanjo muri Ndizi TV nande karutwerende asumuruberio oyebwensa kini mono tugira seke ngese keri twakora mangana ya masomo uza mangana y'icemi mogene no ikira studio simambi yabone turaje kwana mange asensemi y'icemi torenga kibirengo y'icembira sorongorwa Gusii asensito ya Kenya na kino na boro kibero beirgo cha samatema manne yo mwako yiga oyotorinere studio no mumanyi asensemi y'icemi ona mange turaje kwana asemambi yabone okubori gwetongorina kabase TV yao oirili bagari olia bene umanya dojo kwana liboli raga niko boli asemambi yaboniga lirengede asensemo y'icemi aboko liboli wetera se number eyira se skine gorabu 0792 192 ine namba yetu kutubone liboli asemambi yabone oyo kerioro chekera tiskuru bagana boto tebi wetera se number ibo kontora asensemo ye mitandao Facebook tonyore Ndizi TV News Digital wega sensemo ya YouTube nigotoro Ndizi TV News onyachingaki aboto tweet @Ndizi TV News ukabena intukuru bono toska ekiagera na mangora nyore na enarura atomente kuru iskabu anonsi sober toska ina Ndizi TV bwansumo Gusii utakole birone chingaki tiganda omogeno ne libaga aragukwania naliora manyena ningotorenera studio banya no mumanyete agirero nere no mogeni ara studio ito asemambi yabone karibu sana secretary
yana president
wano kwani mwanjumureria kora matebya ningo tumagosuka gochibosi
bategere baito ba Ndizi TV nabakwanire mambi yabono bwakire buya njenkuru Christopher mainye usinde ngo kolega asiase kanisa ya Catholic ase department y'Kisemi kiribu yase Ndizi TV asokongarigani bono mambia kera torasanga totakuna mangana makase mangana y'Kisemi nanene umwana bugato bwate Gusii tora abana baito n'Kisemi yo asante sana soko kungarigania
wiya sana gwetera Christopher Sinde negare umuriki ose education secretary asensemeri ya kanisa ya Catholic Diocese ibono Kisii umeteka da Kisii Nyamira na Kisii weda wanda makato da Kisii ba kabate Nyamira kan rakindende
Gusii
ngima in general igono otonera simambi yaboniga simeruberio yabere konyorotaraba education secretary umwarimu wa kabeire Christophe
njeno mwarimu na rasombi skulu chinyinge na chageta gosomia na chete asakuru kunga musire ni buruya kana kai most girls 1 year kana na bogi boys 2 years nka irusengera girls 1 year kamanya koenda biticha no mwarimu principal nka chekerubo kaenda siaya mpaga mwaka 98 dasi kandusho kanda tabisi as department of education igo ase kwenda masomane njeno mwalimu asisemi
na ningo de abale na always a teacher and once a teacher
always a teacher
yes sir you know to no morokia ikiana about experience kia masomo amange system ko igere system ange Johnsi roji maede Johnsi 844 ya lengo alia maiganja lengo mpaka CBC kwa katoritori gerelia bu asenchera ya bene secretary umajumulike tomali bondiao asemambia watu chaka iga secretary ngakiro chibirengo bitsemya sorongorwa Gusii turachakiro mausuka ojinona sensito ya Kenya
tigare rongire ribageriga asogwa kabuya se baritokoruka missionaries beji kanisa awa Gusii na ubarete Kisemi Gusii ega serikali kunyetara nta semi kilijo Gusii chikanisa na kiana nta Kisemi Gusii na nenga kabuya se missionaries be kanisa yete ya Catholic asogo changa chiskuru chinyinge ane no skuru yeri Gusii okonyoranga chiskuru chinyinge chi responsibility ne kanisa ya Catholic ese sauri aka basasrote bajete bali abatanga ne bishop bo bamanyetenga oisa ko muntu Kisemi oinoro mwando kwa mwa so ekero bajete anenege ndonkera abantu bakristo abantu bito batamanyeti aba sasrote bajeta Gusii bogere boruya kuru western kuru Buganda bakuru kumiri hiri fathers obe baigete Gusii bogera na borui bakanyara skuru nchikorete ki nchiyo kanisa nchikorete ki nchiyo akero bairanete guchiromba kuboria Pope Benedict 15 inga tuagendire Kenya tuanyorire nga kanisa nchiyo skuru nchi nga kitogokora Pope Benedict akabatebi nga moko genda mwaka ache skuru litangani mubaye kisemi mubaye ko bachinguru cyo kwa haja chikanisa iga akabaye kerenga cyo chaka chiskuru anene bali batamanyete wa school kinyinge kitakira western na even Kenya ngima na basasroto missionary ekine kiagera to gatwara school kinyinge igo mukagerete nga chiskuru kiaga kinyinge kiagerire Gusii yeito yemokerigoro asa masomo anene Brighton tigamba tebiga Gusii asenso kubeka sege songo illiteracy level igere lowest in Kisii among other very few communities ere lowest because chiskuru kyabete kinyinge
igoto de anto someda
abantu Gusiaro baso babwate babwate education at least some level of education nekoroteki nero iyerekewa and we pay tribute to abakwenda missionaries abajete so generally chiskuru tubwate Gusii nekinyinge bese kogenda other places na bora atara satambe sano taranyore school lakini Gusii basongo batanga a stone throw away akonyore school school echiga to isko kobeka abana baito buya tobe abari baito betikane na abarimu abatokonya abana namba ibere ose kurigereri Gusii bona iga buri mombo koreteki kana ari gukina my fathers bayibori bane na my uncles bamanyete ngabo gwato buri mobo nene yani life very easy you know amanyete ngama ngokina iga nkonyoma ngwaterwa lakini bona buri mombo koreteki mboyo omwando bwe katobwata tora abana baito na ikiseme na bayibori baito kisokori kitongo bakera buya because hasta yora agende Kenya to nyoro mugusi osomero okore kwendi bintu bya yoro igo generally ni Kisii na bongo tebanga kisemi kiguri Gusii yeito kisemi kokonya kira abantu baito tigatokoro mukia kisemi kikonya abana baito
biya sana sekete groto enderete simambia bondit kuria chuma mosi mwatwara musangana ali ase nseme ya St. Vincent nene oringete amangana yikisemi nekrorete tamo jiskuru jiri chire sponsor jiri nseri ya buri ya Catholic ekerenga kyo musangaroli ngereki orenge kana nchi principal njigetaria abana mbageto wadan wekisemi mbageto kerenga kya ngereki kyane
kerenga yite sabato to what education day no kurigereria astwarure astori na nenga itokoraki umura yeito Bishop Joseph Mairura nero sponsor yeskuri kitu chospini Gusii to what the second chire 163 163 tobwate primary chirobo almost 38 tobwate polytechnic gichobo bundi 22 tobwate college y'ubwarimu ya Bururu College tobwate college ya Bunyagitari Abaka College so na tobwate ECDs nasa schools in almost every primary school and in kiro tobwate private chire here and there chire independent na onya Bururu gaiga parish into what ECD York independent and a few others got the same so institution is speak otoko ta amo tuara ligereringa umwaka oria ngaitu aringe ngitu akorete umwaka oyo ngaitu gwenta kobera na ende kerenga yitu nkeringa kero umwaka tutakire komenta chinguru na gokora buya mono kubwo umwaka oria omwaka oria matemo na sogate buya skuru chitu nyinge anga chonse cya korete buya na ekerenga yitu nkeringa batebe bakore buya ke kubwo mono bakoretera umwaka oria ria kabere abana baito ekero baitete buya konyora barase bagaso university gosoa bari abakone chikore cyubu gosoa bari abakonyora kigasi gatia gakorariki gokonyora bari eri yakabere ndotagete abari baito bagende ba demystify a concept ya chakire ko in Kenya inga omwana ongonyo chire skuru ikere form 4 atacheti university ngoita someki it's a wrong it's a drastic factor ototagete abayibori baito na abana ba understand na ki after form 4 kwende mirango ne mingi igoire umwana akogenda not necessarily wikagenda university. So those are some of the issues. Sorry, binte binge birangelie binge togosanga ekaro tukumira ni Saturday tariki 22 karo tuomiranite ekire kitwari gosanga nga itogokoraki nga itogokia abari muboka ko baneta toramo aba bakora cy'skuru basanga nga challenges kibabwate ese cy'skuru yantokoronga sharing experiences. And that one, igere preparation ya AGM tubwate ya principals be school second schools ya Kenyingima to yugo twara kwaya mutakera 14th cyumutinyo 8 paka tarehe 18 cyumutinyo 8. So keringa keninga lilio tware kwaya riganinga na kitogo na Nairobi ase mu sangerikano itugwechi principal bono. Then kumanya na endinga principal chito mpoko ngimubwate y'skuru batoa yagara tuwa borigereria bori torojenga obona obakonyara ne obisa education bagenda ba botatua bori bakonyora antu tageto konya kurwa seka kanisa na ntu twakoraki tuagenda. Number 3 last nkelinga nkwaroche minister of education ni toro arenge ono machoguna nde to kumwakira buya soko nyari bali yogo chago to kwana komana into abateni bekisemi TSC ne Ministry of Education no baringe na intwe yagara nawo bado tebinge kanisa tuisuko bwatira na kurwaiga to bwatira na iga na botogokonya abana betu basome buya nekera bagote bitu bwatira ne goika bato tebiyese bo bwatete nento batebiyese to bwatete kurwa egara torrenga nto bwatete skuru buya ekara watanga to bwatira ne lakini ndo mende so bwatete kurwa akanya umuntu agoje skuru atenga aya abarimu abayibori gato bwatira ne egato konya abana betu lakini ari utorya sabwatete kurwa gokero umuntu goika to menya skuru umuntu abwatete kurwa egara torako esemo yaye egana toranyo ariko konya abana baito cy'skuru cyito ci abana kisemkingiya na nene numanyetenge ekanisa Catholic yani ebirenga bye skuru obire birenga bitatu kerenge gatangani every place of evangelization umwana akomanya Nyasaye ateringa akaba converted umwana agotebunga there is a creator kurunke dini eri ya obwate mwigendete Nyasaye yandra kwegenda Nyasaye because nero garatokorteki tomenyate. Namba 2 formation yani chimbu cy'umwana kibe kubuya egero umwana abe akino manyetenga ere mwanya abantu go Joseph a family ne community yani in other words ntobase go kini egesongo toratebenga ntobase go kini males and females gutu kini abana babe ladies and gentlemen babe human beings. You know, it is one thing to be a human being and quite another to be human. So formation yeko make you mwana over human. And lastly academic excellence yo mwana talent yaye ikifikiria saa mwete asomise mikia yetu te level ya saa koleki amwete oyo kwenda verify koleki agende yo ikagatia koleki agende. Those are the 3 kwende ino birenga bitatu bi education in the Catholic Church.
Biasano manjumwe yono wetini otore na Christopher Osinde Education Secretary at the Diocese ya Kisii. Ekardoenda de gokwana amangana habira tatu asensemo yechsemi tore na Christopher Osinde manjumwe Education Secretary at the Diocese ya Kisii gaide na kebekirubia as tore nera semambi yaboniga to kwana mangana yechsemi otebruna barabune kanisa Catholic ni wabetemero berio yogosira chisemi egenta to debiria wasentu ne ntanganigena ekero gana tosire igobo igana heboro kensemo yao yogosira nga yogosira nsemo kyosire de ninga kyogosire skuru yi tari okwane tu una tiga tosire chisemi gobono ekina kyo nanda to semiri asemambi yaboniga a secretary karoto endete igo inopuna bono Catholic mero brikimu abigere una ekyara bono students competition iskuru jinde tonya sabansa jinde mero brikimu abekire ilikwene gana chiskuru eji motenendete ngona wiri jiro singo na jiro kora abuya
kubeke miroberi yoko beka chiskuru buyagare kigendere anene ekegwange kanne kerase minister of education na TSC eko era na wako beka ubati skuru chitu nyingi ochire public akero 1968 President Kenyatta atebetenga ontagete chiskuru chibuja bana baitu basome bakagirine kichikanisa nga chiskuru kiri kanisa chiabwate serikali toma bali mugocho lakini bogwatana ne kanisa. So the concept ya sponsorship egaja the word sponsor is coined by the government, not by the churches. So bakabwaterana abarimu bono eserikali gachaka gutuma abarimu ja school abarimu ekara bakiri school egento togokora no kubwaterana ministry to abaye board ekara kubwa bikiri chi board chingi ya in school abantu beruete gokonya abana basome school babwaterane n'abarimu definitely agwono twara chire getambo kireke yoko beke shonga school chitu mbuye gikorete kingi namba ya gatatu nelinga abayibuli twateye abayibuli bwaterana n'abarimu school egere tokonya abana baitu abono gesa eserikali yatebanga free education secondary and whatever erieta free in quotes abayibuli bamakire gusuka maega ngabono education yere free mwayibuli yago tumwana ogende school yaumira na morogoba ngonyo mwana uchete boarding school bakumira no mwana ekarago cheru erusa so yaikira se okomachikoranga abayibuli jukumu yeito yo gusomia abana na go make effort kumenya ki abana bagosoma twachakire kolegea teto tebani umaene twachakire kolegea abasongo bagotebanga to abdicate our roles yo go assist abana gosoma twajitigira abarimu so as a church intubune kanisa togenderete kubeka abayibuli omoyo kubeka abarimu omoyo na kubatebia moranje tiatubwaterana tokonya abana igo a church otogocheime asoko one unanje gasiane yesege songo to yani era advisory na kischool chuente ko genda bia na supervisory ko genda koranga school we na ki munchani jeski mubwate egere tubakonye kirito kunyara twakonye kizuma tinge yini ministry twanda twatebye ministry ituma tinge ni abayibuli twateye abakwende board please rangiri abayibuli bachiche mubwatera negara abana baitu bakonywa sikise isisemi education igetagete collective responsibility yani okubwaterana I think Brighton there kwende our community bamanyenga ogosomia abana no okubwaterana omoibori abwate sai kwende ensemo yaye umukwende serikali bwate ensemo yaye abani babwate ensemo yabo ekanisa ne into our advisory and advisory role to yegenderi usually okonyora school yigere very peaceful ebona
ebyasana sekretari wa kwanda bugoro ya baibori ene serikali kwa ya tebete ngane abebuni go bairanete magegake ebona abeburi aba imodegete ko bateina yaya abaibori erori eno mwanye tigire karomo go yetiga iga bana baino go babeka morako ngoibona takere go kwana baibori
I think serikali ne kanisa mbabwate tatires kwende mbabwate libageri yo korabo tiganko yengo mufano yomo egero manye korora nga inkinaza te koteba koiru mwane boarding school ogenda from 1 to form 4 gose standard 4 to standard 8 grade 8 now to be omwana yo bwanchiri kwanyanga nuko bwatoborege wasigete gosenega kubaga kolingwa ikagukore fees kwanyanga bwate balance ya 20 or 30,000 to the Kisii school as an example. It's a DB school. I'm a county education board member, so it's our school as a county education board. Can you as an example? Then omoibori kwame kwanyara omwana kwatira matemwe oitiri omoibori yagwate fees balance ya siringiru 55 o 30 ata kole to mwana kwatira mate school ya assist you mwana kwatira matemwe principal na bari mu every report in the board ba assist you mwana ngomwana ogakera tari kogenda kageri sekari atebire ngomwana taseriwa tikatumubeka mwibona cyane kibesa ekero omwana yatakere certificate ne living certificate apply tato mwaburu Nairobi akogendie Prado paka Kisii school gose paka Nyaburuga ochana ngina umwana ogenda paka abisio sabiri ikwende certificate ngenge certificate ogote bamito umwana ona bwataga fees gakere nto amakonye to tarego yekiria omatenga government ya tebetenga certificate eriwe certificate ya property umwana okomatenga ya tokonye nto akonye to mwana akora mate murende to tokonya ominyoka education office oeta education office ya te umwana mukarwe certificate umwana muru certificate mungwana yo oyande brada ya so Kisii otete yo oso go sengwana hotel ni Kisii orara mambyo ganda ni bina certificate brada iri ku Nairobi go se ra ofo ko Nairobi paka gana bag otumira almost 40,000 shillings. President, are you see what I'm saying?
Now,
tell me, honestly, are you appreciating what the school is doing? Are you appreciating what the board is doing? Are you appreciating what the church has done? No, you are not appreciating. In other words, as a recall, by certain pronouncements, you make it Bible to attack the cover either docile or to attack to applicate our role. Or you know what to get the school. And even I seen a person in the government. Now, Ngorocho went to tell you how to assist the school. I don't assist. Went to tell you because you don't want to get the school or so. Are you getting it? But you cannot create face. Egere assist you mwanunde ole maiga. Nerasuke. The school ya go pile fees areas. The school ya we need civic education in many areas. One of them is ngaki to kwenye school hiyo to kwenye abana baito ngaki intumuna bible ngaki to support your school school egero mwana akoreki asome akogende school gete na asomili abana usaki Gusii akogende school kwenye school ya gachire buye body ya kanasali ate ba we want this we want that omoibori yo makimo ko te aba body to temi akimotagete yes. But 1, 2, 3. Whatever. That's okay. No pinga. Mangana ya koraki. Lakini ngoja gusia ncho mosanga ni kuria maswali. Tikatola ni na ki kiskuru kirike school kirike agachire abanyene abari cooperative. Na into to cooperative to agaje school kirito chisaidi mara kirike ara school.
Ekero sekadori ndetengane yo ekero korrekanere nande ringanere na no nyino muntu abusabali bage skuru yangaga lakini ali arogwa kana ifipio ko ngane inero ro etero manage principal mangana ya amakongo ikero muntu abaje na kurati ko yaraba eronya kurani lakini ali skaro akiriete agakora ine kamachikoragana no mochando chamusinge na kide to bwatene to sirejise mjitu mero na bali mwabara se skuru ye no na bali banene abarompa bwate bintu bawedera yaje ko somye mwana bonsi posa iwane skuru ingo siekwere no to badene serikali neroro kroto ndrete asinini no kurubikana nguya se tukuri lero ukwaba maga kamachikorana ngwaturu banijisemi secretary ukurubikana ukwarakana na chitiaga siku za skuru bana mbari kwa skuru chikatenena na kura kwande igoro yukurubikana asesemo yuturwa nchise
amasabane naya and a very sincere prayer asabanya siasa violence they go solve any problem anger is fire that cooks no food
umuriro gito tayigenda
iko tigabai karanse bagamba bagiri to disagree bagiri kote can agree to move on issue ye demonstration paka okonyoranga paka no itia schools pake school ne teribuya na nene igente ko surprise nkelinga abate bunga buna na irubinge school esetia ga sharute kurwa ngana musikali urutetia ga seka wase remonstrate se balenge oyo maka yimuke ga yurute uchi school honestly developed countries iko chire very fast okolenda abana protection of the child it does not matter whose child oyali tiga to protect abana baito
kero bana baba de position na serikali
yes mwata bat problem na serikali inungo nyemoko gena maandamano yenda maandamano asa bana batakoleki batali two a constitution ya Kenya you know tinya kisiasa lakini nende Saudi eyere political question tianya approach from this angle and I will make just 3 statements na mbeyemo tikatu afoidi maandamano akongena near schools anywhere either by demonstrators or by the planners maandamano tikero moko rosia maandamano ino rosia maandamano morosi para ngaito weta agua semo weta nyagitari te tokange na abana school te koraki te toka that's an issue number 1 Issue number 2, which I think is fair, Nkelinga, as a constitution ya Kenya, igekoteba very clearly, picketing, demonstrations, or maandamano, not allowed. Lakini, nanya korra, asegoteba nga maandamano yo imukivyo gogeno. Imukirigeno na maandamano, igero nanya korra. Tetoteba ni umaene. Which means, bari bakubanga maandamano. That's where the problem is. Problem tell you with the young youth bakuminyaka parana mangil. No, a problem where se bari bakoreki organizers. Organizers show what a responsibility yo whatever kwenda na maandamano wala tia serikali usema kwenda mbosigari yo uri constitution yo whatever namba ibere obanga sama na mani yachikobe awe chikobera namba isato obo na abami no make sure maandamano aripi sifu. To me eyine to konye egere ntochaka korra what we are seeing. 2, I want to in a very special way whatever pole to those families aba kwenda bamwabo basirire abana abantu baita bakenya nturi gotaka gusibugima anywhere ase bari in charge na ntoto goteba pole ase kingomba bakorete ki babwate lakini rende ntobasa go concentrate more on demonstrators nga nabo bara affected tuebenga no nyambali toete libagali yo make sure nga omorembe nole na baraumba umiete na bara twabainyo twabatei pole mwakirurige naga pole na inwe oyora sirupo pole tiga tobe abantu togo para sport sites lakini ekanondigerere tiga ndo tinga nensemeya mabantu abanga baingerete timati osenja ngorobe paka noni inu ndo tinga umwengerete semeya tiga tobe neutral antote yabantu baitu naki maandamano tari gokonya lakini rende esa uritoire ribagali okwanamana ire right tiga to yakole una maandamano yakorete ki atakeire within the constitution.
Buya sana Secretaria Sibirengere biao nene nandeka to kwenda sinini tinde tingo ile siasa mono ikiagera etoli mwana siasa na ndiko antei boigo lakini high cost of living abakenya ngodera bare nande ya affected mpaka jiskuru ndu mwari mole kugora chingende metodoro 10 na shilingi 10 pono ya mubidire nande wikajigo deep asomo huko erinde nanda baibuli abatari ko mwana onye nesiro na kiroji high cost of living ye na kigo affect na onya siskuru kende secretary.
First of all, high cost of living is automatic in the society, and it's good we give our people civic education. A cost of living is going to increase globally. The economy is going inflation or standard of living is going to increase globally year in year out. Kenya is an exception. That's issue number 1. Inji school nutara serikali. A budget a Ministry of Education yaro setikale sana. I think matiangirify state tekara ninge means of education. Chiba kwende chingende unyo challenge 6-7,000. Wano chile 20. Am I right? 20 guni. Now, abaiburi karaba ko tebunga akane fees serikali yateba mwase ko seribana fees omate oiro umoiburi eliwe situation of temptation ya so moiburi como te yumu alimunga to basa ko serio mwane fees please what I'm trying to drive at. That statement alone it gave a negative implication on the parent because you are causing the situation of temptation that which you struggle then you leave a board made principle in a very, very awkward situation. Low fees of payment, prices in China verifies when fees verifies for almost 10 years now. So a gap between 6,000 and 20. Preach on the tail. Banava, Barigo pay fees. What should the school do? Feed the children or what and extent? No. Are you seeing what I'm trying to say? Now, what we need to do is a government, Ministry of Education, went to cover realistic. They should, when about discussing a poverty index or inflation, fees went to comment a capitation from the ministry went to rise with the inflation percentage. That's where there's one problem. Another problem that there is, I'm not favoring the current government, but I'm making a situation a real in the society. My brother, when Kibaki came to power, me and you were in Kenya. Kibaki took 5 years. Yani, Korea ways and means are going to improve the economy. 5 years. Chinchira, choko make sure nga ki economy ya koreki ya grow in. Emi akerenga, it was not automatic. Eka grow, ekera na second term, economy eka grow, ekera president Uhuru agocha ime, economy igere stable in Kenya. Are we together on that one? Now, ekerere a government year over ya so when inflation is worldwide. Inflation is not Kenya alone. Worldwide. The issue is this. In 10 months, you can't charge a government. You can't. No. Let us be very sincere. Is when they can find out how best they can solve the problem. In 10 years, we need to give the government time, the Jesus, of this economy. This is what we want to do. To the government, they promised many good things. But those many good things cannot be done in a year. So, a government with this inflation, no go make priorities. First year, we have 6 things to do. First year, priorities are 2 things. 1 and 2. Second year, we will go to number 3 and 4. Third year, we will go to number 5 and 6. Fourth year, we prepare 2027. Again, 2027 should they win. But a package at one go, the government needs to restructure itself. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, because all the promises they made cannot be fulfilled in 1 year. No. We can prioritize, but these are the priority number 1 and 2. Sorry, so that they hear the economy towards achieving those 2, then go to second year and say year 2 they restructure their plan. That to me that can solve the inflation that we have and the cost of living that we are having now. That's, I'm not a politician, I'm not an economist, but I think that's the only way we can ease issues out so that Kenya are able to survive as we move. But inflation, high cost of living is worldwide.
Pesa no majumurigo nuwete twende gusanga mangana ya masoma juskiru jeito elia elikiwete na ndari ara korwe anene tuske gojusia awetu ara kwanne gorende na uchumine kongete ngakino ni skuita kire kubike meroberio yo kwende girende na ngokonya secretary na bindo bya kongire chingire cha goruju basa kete bono chikirega ababu nando ikabasire as a jiskun bia mano ndoje semesi no gisomanda simambi yaboniga korende teaturagenda hasinini na chiro tengo gisomande mwanjuburira yanda gutuma ibolia onindo chegega na mabo na nebintu bino mandate gutuma goja simambi yaboni bia mano yodona Christopher Sinde ne mo secretary education secretary as a diocese ya Kisii asemambi ya aboni ustikanda soma ibere seto iga asemambi ya aboniga indo jiga ya na morning my cream Tea nyasaye no muya utwanjire twaro lili lero biamono ase onsi alimanda te gukora asemambi ya aboniga biasana narodena injencho ashi no ndime yumuroberio momboreri sekretarina ningi yekogera Gusii ekero eskuru chigokora buya abande baotana no kuibera amate igona abana batari abangaini iyo nakugojosha kubodende na Gusii to gweda abantu batana toibere na maene rora nara nero kurukuna Brian yechoya de ano arime yumuroberio agotebana kwanira ingona ngora ratode langos yikoraba asjiskuru igoro yechisaponza barabubu na abateneni ba catholic naki baraitange koru asense meyo ya rango sikurarekana biasano oyimbrani okubodi so didi onyoni nerate ano alime yomuroberi muya kisemitiga gisirwe asorongo rwagusi nyansimora amoka nyansimora munyangi adebanere no alime yomuroberi asimambi yaboni gaki ntutagete twaro umanyi asumuruberi OCBC ere buna omo secretary ngosira bare CBC ose neri abaiboli batamaiti umuruberi nyansimora era kubura about CBC traffic hapo endinde torgereri ase Samuel Mukaya era de ano alime yumuruberi ase mambi yaboniga oposemyo bya Ndizi TV mokoreda kira lituko twabakire mbimana nande keep it up byamono Samuel asawatera togendere akuboli ere liboliga eserikali ye yatebire umuyiboli tari gwakana kibese n'umwana otomirwe goki ase school inkyo mwalimu manata kere gukora ahamereri aseri umwana osibono nere aitereyo yinsamwe nere okobori iboyigo biyasana nindoje Petra nyarangi neno alimi yomuroberi akoboriga secretary ina bwakire bya Ndizi TV byamono mbori secretary na ibirengo bya discipline byaro kanina bikuira na insi ekere kiboko kiarwet ere buna uyo kaberu mwalimu nande bono ole administrator tutebe asense meyo education naki discipline kerikuira na school kerde ayunga tiari bali bana tutubwati asemambi yaboniga babori di secretary ngonyalire ntudona so sema yemitandao ni doji Kristo njali nera de bano alime yomuroberi asemambi ya aboni ambiamano manjumuri ya tutubwati asemambi yaboniga muroberio Nixem chito inse yeria bulia ensakia asemambi ya aboni tokora aligeria mangana discipline asinini turaja kiroro ngaki sekadaro chisku chito dakirikuria mangana discipline gatukwa namba kamaru ngotokaro chinya sore bintugete kwarana no mwana ngoburere mu UGS school na kitura abega discipline ki discipline ernane kokini chisem chito
reto ni manyete obokongu tobwate mbori nga twaikire engaki abana bagambire tabaiburi
kaita twaikire engaki abana bagambire tabaiburi
ho chinka chinyinge abana bagambite engaki irinki naye twakinete umuburi yako yata machiko utari gwete ni machika engaki yakoriki tubasa ukumisa kwa ende skuru wanya oro umuburi okire pake skuru awate mwalimu ngarangiria osinde kurwali tigagote iyankorete goronka tageta ara mesa umwake bigoko oyino umuburi urureka oja gotebyo mwalimu skuru principal arangira umwana w'cyabisi amuramya amwake biboga yako yaranka taigwere to muibo
yange
that's where we have come to namba ibere twachaye gutwara drugs and hard drugs abana basoire twasoire egento kunga freedom of the youth you have heard about LGBTQ plus Elini elinga omwana bana akore ngenta akorteki atagete egia atakira akore nande yakire paka lower classes discipline y'omwana amaso masomo y'omwana na discipline chimbu cy'omwana bakiko cyakare masomo y'ibuli the moment omwibuli apudiketiri error yaye then umwana itoko mokonya and that's why I got it from the being threatening lero mwiburi yako iro umwana okumuikie school munaso igeita igoteba otanke heaven nganya sai no muya the problem we school abari mo what you can do that's why ekere school kwende coffee tie karo to school kya ngitwe abana bakabo kumukumuima parents cried tears parents did not know what to do because they were not able to manage abana babo. So discipline to bwate monega in schools itakira tarai nyumba and yet omuibo no mwalimu obali supposed to cooperate for the discipline y'omwana na discipline y'omwana nera agero omwana abo muntu in the future. That's me and you, my sister Sarah and everybody, we are who we are because of the discipline ya secretary nyumba. Now, tumanya wike school tumanya kanyoranga, school ga abana abali in discipline kuruka. And nobody in discipline their school. They are affecting you. Not the barimu alone. They are not only affecting teachers. They are also affecting abana bandi. When you are a child abuse in a school, especially abana banyaruka, there's a problem. Let us accept it. We have a problem. And when the cover addressed. Now, one of our listeners has raised the issue of corporal punishment. Corporal punishment, I think, it's a punishment in itself, and it's illegal. And the corporal punishment will never come back to Kenya again in schools. Let us forget about it. It is illegal. It is illegal. There are many other ways choko discipline mwana choko guide mwana choko counsel mwana choko mentor mwana other than kutumia ekeboko. So this means this means kilo choko discipline abana choko mentor abana choko discipline abana. They are there. All we need is cooperation, concerted effort by the stakeholders. Ego in discipline, simply because our ability to applicate our law. By the way, to applicate our laws. So we as parents to applicate our laws. So our duties. So I think this in discipline, we come back and say, these are our children. We want to see people who are human out of this lot. What do? We go back to what our parents used to do, telling me that.
Pesa, tuenda rio na rabori goro yakromo Gusii to korabia. Ni uto kwibera osino abana bala bangai. Na robori. Last time.
Yes. Issue last year, and the people were talking, and everywhere minus Norway, especially outside there. And I think I wrote to communicate to some people in other places. But the their words saying Gusii. They even said almost 90% Gusii, which was actually not true. I think the target was CS Macho. That was practicing me on him. Number two, Intimunu mwalimu na somi skulu isko na somi skulu isko na somi ta Gorosara na somi St. Peter Seminary Kakamega chiskuru kiriyo kendo chirecord kitigiro the best record etaraguno abangini chabagusi. That communicates something. Number ibere bono tikangu mune examiner. Before Ntaracha, a diocese, on a lingum examiner Amatemo. And I was an assistant chief in my paper in Alkomaki. Gusii Otungata Varavangaini. Let us be very sincere. In Che, I am a curriculum developer, 844, into a development curriculum 844, into a review. We even wrote books. I was among the people who could give it for 844. In the curriculum, I've had a very big experience in that area, and it's a privilege that the government gave me because at that time I was a teacher and I was being exposed. Gusii are the people back with one another. And Gusii in farming. Nobody because our population is going on. Up. In farming, in business, in education. Gusii is someone to watch. That's my answer.
Viazana as Emambi Yabaniguma, you bring another Mariboliao, Cartona Christova, Osinde, Education Secretary Kurasi, Kisii, and the Banana Bodia about Langos, in a Machiboricana, Gati, Ye School get in on his upon Saget apart from Catholic, Equirabna, Mane Prince Vajaria, Okumusana Nasa Bible, school way nice. Nakitora 1 million and get a Kirokora sector.
Rango is covered in schools when people don't know their roles. Two, when you see a Catholic church raising an issue in a school, let those people listen. Whoever is being given the issue, let him listen. I will give you 2 examples, only, and you will tell me. A principal comes to a school or a head teacher. Also a school, when you're a school, well managed, well built, urumburia kanisa igasaba Kristo gusega saba Gusii County Council tukagaje school twayaga tipaka cia ikire and wasiko nyoranga no nyancho go house tera kora anything yo other than what the church did. There are schools I can't mention them where the church built the schools na ndosiko gendo amaga chari pisho mugendi atike to was a fat or seko. Are you getting it? Na arakora teki now, umwalimu mwenye whatever, inje ntumira na TSC and therefore I don't want to do anything with the sponsor. Sponsor tera ikaro tera no koland. Tera manyango akwaliki oikire. Now, what does that mean? What is he communicating or she communicating? Number 2. This is what I handled myself in the office and not a long time ago, last year. Mwalimu comes to school. Onyoro mwana ubwate rosary, ojebutora. Cutting it. I don't want to see these things in my school. It's one, or get a rosary thing. Number 2, whatever in my school. Honestly. So the priest and us will go to one Christian copy. You know, that has to be very sincere. I have my rosary here. Yeah, it is with me. But you print for your school. Your school. Are you seeing how things come? So one thing to answer that one is that as when you see us going to a school, we have been called. There is an issue here to come and address, come and advise. Or there is a challenge here. We don't walk into schools ourselves. No. Like me, I cannot walk in a school. A priest will tell me there's an issue on phone number, phone call away. We sort it out. But when a situation like that one comes, what do you do? Now, umwana oyo twaire school umwana obera abused in the school. Umwalimu oso mwana oso muntu abuse umwana oso mwaka or whatever igale a golden teacher a principal. Okave case. The case is a criminal case. What do you do? What's happening? Sponsors are interfering. Please let me tell a society like this. Anywhere where there is a sponsor and a teachers come, I would advise the teachers in schools, principals, deputies, and teachers. When you are in a school of a sponsor, learn the traditions and the culture of that school. Learn the education values of that school before you open your mouth and criticize karamanye culture that tradition is your school. Know the education values, know the core values of that sponsor in that school. We open schools for 3 reasons, 3 dimensions: evangelization, formation of learners. Number 2, formation. Umwana were formed to be a human being, not a mere male and female passing through school, but a human being who will be human to serve society. And number 3, not number 1, not number 2, number 3, academic excellence. That's why we start schools. So that's why we have established schools. So with this, you don't clash with anybody who have good intention. Let us be very sincere. I'll stay. And lastly, you talked of someone is an issue sending learners away. A ministry assembly. Don't send children away. Let me give you a full boarding school. Paganda school. A water man over 3,000. Mwalimu wachire met matem madeni aranyoro ataka yakana. Lakini atara yakana abaibori batebiwe don't send away children for fees. Abana bachire basoire compound. Tugatindagira. School bata madeni surprise bagatebri beyond your own karatu akana tumanye go supply. Lakini abana no bali school ne bururuga usekere 3,000 shillings. Onako politiga. In as much as there is this political statement from a politician from Jogo House, don't send away children. A principal ego kirai guy obviously if he diamond on what and oxygen. Yeah, just answer me. Let us be very sincere.
There's no what and oxygen.
That principal would have to use common sense. Because Abana must survive. And you cannot teach an empty stomach. Thank you.
Sana majiburi nataka tuenda sumutu bugumosini to kwena turakwana ngoro muroberi CBC kya bononoro odi se MS na CBC aswe secretary na barabara bera se twofo muroberi ojiro CBC na kiore kana turasumi asensa birende yesterday.
Ndizi TV. Ubwansu bw'omu Gusii.
Ndizi TV. TV yetengia wansu bw'omu Gusii. 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 Kigekogera tukoekwana yabeire na mbeyemo. Kigekogera tukoekwana yabeire na mbeyemo. Simeroberie metindi wansu bw'omu Gusii. Simeroberie metindi wansu bw'omu Gusii. Tamangana maya wansu bw'omu Gusii. Tamangana maya wansu bw'omu Gusii. Meroberiyo bosemya wansu bw'omu Gusii. Meroberiyo bosemya wansu bw'omu Gusii. Chingera cyakagokya wansu bw'omu Gusii. Chingera cyakagokya wansu bw'omu Gusii. Siyetengima wansu bw'omu Gusii.
Je, umetafuta mahali pa kujifurahisha?
Hapa karibu. Nasikia kwanza kulipa ni pesa ngapi?
Hapa hakuna kulipa.
Una uhakika?
Kila kitu ni bure.
Na vile kila mtu anasema kwamba hii hoteli watu wanalipa.
Hakuna kulipa.
Kila siku au kila wikendi ukiwa katika kaunti ya Kisii na viunga vyake, upo na watoto ambao ungependa waburudishwe kwa kuendesha magari, kuogelea katika vidimbwi vya watoto, kuona wanyama pori na kujifunza historia ya jamii ya Mkisii. Basi hapa Camel Park Hotel tunazo huduma hizo, ikiwemo michezo mbalimbali ya watoto na packages nzuri tu za wanafunzi wa shule kila wikendi. Tupo na mchezo wa zipline tour, na ikiwa ungependa kutembelea mbuga za wanyama zilizo karibu, tunao uwezo wa kukufikisha pale. Sio hayo tu, upo na kampuni na ungependa kufanya team building, mikutano ya boardroom, conference hall na kuhitaji mahali pa kulala, huduma hizo zipo katika hoteli ya Camel Park. Ikiwa una sherehe ya harusi, graduation party, baby showers na mikutano ya nje, tupo na vyakula na mandhari ya kuvutia. Ikiwa ungependa kuletewa chakula katika mikutano yako, basi tunayo huduma ya outside catering ya mobile kitchen. Tutembelee ukiwa mjini Kisii katika barabara ya Kisii kuelekea Kilgoris, au utupigie simu katika namba zifuatazo. Camel Park Hotel, the bride of Kisii. Orogendo rw'iki kilomita cy'intambe nigoro tagitokweroberia utarachaka wiariganiye kigima elio kogosoka oikiraniye eganka yao asumuru buryo bwesa baria iralituko bono Frida Kirbo nigari asisabaria yogo kolentera abantu baria bachagete kurwense bakaremereria
esabari yo boncherere no murubiri koletwa asore negetaseni kia Ndizi TV kera litukolia alamisi ensa eyemone nusi ya marogoba astogotalira abonchereri a imenesiko yorogongorwa Gusii twasangana barabu esabari yabo ase obonchereri ngaibacha kerete mbitambukiro kiba imukiri asokwene kibunangu kini bare obonchereri bwabo nabo igokwa egendereria ase kera lituko
umerana nere kira rituko lya alamisi enseye muninsu ya marokoba na boigo mwiroro rituko lya jumatatu chinsa isanu neibere cia mogaso asumurubiriyo wesabaria yobonjoria ime ya Ndizi TV. Spexels Opticians abubare si kliniki kia gudika ime yomu chukisi mkuru wabare bokoreli ao asamangana ya maiso na kooni birole magiga yogo korenga na kumanyumu chandu.
Kwa majina naitwa Daktari Sigei, karibuni sana Spexels Opticians Kisii Town. Hapa tunapima macho tukitumia mashine za kiteknolojia za kisasa bila malipo. Tunauza miwani, frames na lenses tofauti tofauti na tunakubali kadi za bima.
Chiframe guchakira chishilingi chimia isano neiseto nemeronge tano na boige setingima ase chishilingi elweyemo ne chimia isano ase ofa babuate etaraera.
Milango yetu iko wazi kutoka Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa kutoka saa 2:30 mpaka saa 11 jioni na pia Jumamosi kutoka saa 2:30 mpaka saa 10 jioni.
Nigo bale angene supermarket ya Shivling na KCB Bank imeyomo chukisi na boko bakire simi ase namba enoti eyemo enoti isano marakabire enoti eyemo. Spexels Opticians, Goodka Clinic, macho bora kwa wote. Ndizi TV, ubwansu bw'omugusi.
Mbiyama na mwanju mudo Ndizi TV na krato irende kurwa sansa me UND ye studio kero Joshua chikora karabune bintu binde bigo korwa nido jegaiga bara bare Joshua Munguru Ismail out there no alime yumroberio sindi yaboke out there no alime yumroberio asemambi yabana sandiro ma white bada nda kutangalia asemambi yabone mbiyama na sema nda tukubwati nido wasiri mkuu bado na kwa ningoroje Joshua Nyakundi na no alime yumro oponga sumroberio out there na mbiyama no atejisemi Chaito Duke Junior na ekuru nsema yakisima imekuona uko na sisi Simeon Atuti biyamano ogoponga sumuroberi fille J era de anuali me yumuroberi asemambi yabarde mona asbalmais mo ponga sumuroberi almarde ko bamona intwe mbaka omwere barto iranire kadona secretary atote bigoro yumuroberi CPC etakani yare de muroberi CPC area etene ya yogendre mbake garda junior secondary school muroberi yora beire ala devina ere kiara na ora beru manyi 844 ne chinde CPC ye ni secretary on tugatura so asumuroberi CPC ne na kyonyoro chai
tigango tatebani obwene intamwe curriculum developer na gotebiri nga 844 president moya arendete 844 abruptly ekero yale taliberera we some of us from the classroom we were picked I was a principal then tokaenda KIE which is KICD now tokaenda gokonya ku plan 844 curriculum mwegere etuare again public confidence esira basi yalengo yo kapita mbia koreteki bia lengo so tokagenda tukariorganize syllabus tukarike textbook sibya balimu tukachakire bya balimu twende kulike bya learners later koira bwango ekero ogo chenche curriculum okolente ogo develop curriculum a process nero a process ye ko andu mo stage sanebere
7 stages.
Yes. The first stage yogo chenje curriculum okora need assessment. Kwa gende country, kwa need see country. Kogo chibeka together kogo kora wacha kwa form a policy formulation. Wa form a policy. Kogenda bwanga kero kwa etire policy kwa manya kwa kora a curriculum design. Inga need assessment obwateneye curriculum kwende policy formation ineye. Now what we do, we will design our curriculum egere echigo achieve objectives che country yakoreteki ebwate ekero kwa kolire curriculum design kwa manya kolika syllabus design syllabus yochiko konya content yochiko konya wa attain those kwende objectives wa koliki wa formulating then kwalika egenda gokunga curriculum support materials curriculum support materials bona biko wa design curriculum kwa lentiri syllabus bona wikonyora materials chigo abari ba gutumia na learners ase ogosoma gwe curriculum eri orige bitabu orige chat orige lab orige obeke together what we call facilities and equipment are we together then ekero we kireta level tora roll the curriculum no you start in servicing or training teachers towards that curriculum. To change CPC, to change the approach, to change the objective, to change the content, to reorganize the content, and therefore even the methodology you go teach a curriculum ya change. Kwa ira barimu kwa bakora in service before you roll the curriculum. Ekerogo the implementation one as the last one. You go kora piloting first. Tori ko ira school yonse ngabona ko take kwende. You go you pilot certain school you put and you spot them here and there. Egere understand the predicaments, the challenges you konyora ngonye northeastern ngonye mboko turukana ngonye nyanza and what in town. So you put them everywhere according to a variety of how can I put it? A situation, preferring situation, either town, a semi-arid area, or a congested area, or high populated area. So that I think piloting a ko konya ko rapport ro next ko word just. Did CPC undergo the same? The answer is no. Let us be sincere. Take it these stages. That's why let me give you the best example. We are at junior secondary. Now, did the previous government prepare for this junior secondary? The answer is no.
It's not.
The answer is no. We have managed school, 45 acres. We have one teacher or two teachers. It was one teacher per class, per stream. One teacher per stream. Ki subject 12 plus 2 optional. 14. Per stream. Did the previous government do justice to people of Kenya? The answer is no. Now, the government came and they said, let us send a group out to one collective using we are in academic doldrum in Kenya. What do we do? The president sent a group out. Yes. And in a very good effort and a very wonderful approach, people gave views. The current situation, let the CPC be rolled in, be domiciled in the primary school. Because I don't understand why, up to now, why a whole government could create a fourth school within 3 schools.
A school yakane
within each school renga isato. We had ECD, we had primary, we had secondary. Are you getting it? And in some places there was no land, even you could make a toilet. But still the government created a fourth school within these schools. Honestly, are we fair? That's the question. CPC is CPC is a good program. Let us be very sincere. CPC is a good program. But not all good things are good for you at a particular time. When I come to Nairobi, 5-star hotel has everything, good rooms, TV, everything, good meals and everything. When I go there, I will enjoy. But I can't go in because I can't afford. This is common sense. Simple. So, in as much as CPC was a very wonderful curriculum, it should have been designed to move at its own base. Our base economically. It's a good program, but it was hurried. Now, you see, our missionaries over Jeta Bakari land, Bakaveka primary school, was calling it Catholic primary schools, which have got enough land. The missionaries, the priests of Manjeta and bishops, a school where you go serve a community for the next 200 years. Over the Mumbai, you look at Catholic schools wherever they are. Over the Mumbai, a school where a population will grow, it will serve society for 200 years. Ekero Kenyatta chicha anyoranga iritiresi abere nene agateba chaka school Arabic school sigacha within the primary schools. Ekere government yeka anyoranga economically we are strong bagate take up those schools sikaba government schools. Obo ni mubu alinge for a primary school bogasha bashia ni school renga.
Ibere.
Then to amu free to ikirega, we are creating a third school within.
A fourth school.
A fourth school within. Honestly, we should have looked at that infrastructure space and the infrastructure here. We should have looked at land. To create another school. Two, a school where you get to its own head, its own board. How practical is that? However, to solve the problem, to kanyoranga, go create a school where elsewhere, genda corner and what take up the domicile in the primary schools after all, nobody nobody. But now, in as much as we domiciled it there, the government is supposed to look for billions of money by employer barimu by saying because CPE CPC when you do what 6-7 teachers in every school then the learners could be taught other than one. TSC cannot employ more teachers because TSC has no money. TSC akoguchibese the employer barimu yakana mesar according to the amount of money by are you getting it? It is not TSC created junior secondary or CPC. It is the government. So the government went to projecting to Rikichibes, to a TSC, Erika Bari by saying about Kosomia, Abana. But to Jaiko Bari Muavano 20 per year, or Toko and Miyake Tano, Toko Barimu, Random by Sana. Are you getting it? Otoko and Miyake Tano, to Rikabani Batano. Are you getting it? Lakini still bado yuko isana kusomea junior secondary.
Ntonyo orire asomoro berio yo CBC ko implemented secretary. Ntonyo orire bado.
Ntonyo orire because junior secondary is posing a challenge. Serikali tegutwara besera employer bali mwatu wansi bajiko somia bana balia. Number 2, serikali tegwate bese ego chugo put infrastructure in place. Chigo abana abajiko soma disciplines ba kwende bagosoma. Chisabu chekita get workshop. Are you getting it? So that umwana kara umwana koire kwende integrated sciences anyona chira punchiroro. Umwana utagete ko kora maybe sports and whatever. Onyorenga asenaro okora swimming nera nkogenda lega for kwende athletics field nera. School ye togotebe school chigo chikoba isa toime. Hasta yora beka none cho. Lakini umwana unataka gete aminyo. Oko muire para. Umwana unataka gete swimming pool. Oko muire hotel. Kisi hotel yo motenga bono so swimming. Eko that's a wrong place for umwana we school. Are you getting it? So infrastructure, the government will not be able to put infrastructure in place for junior secondary. Egere but go get the next one. And we as the Catholic Diocese of Kisii, we foresaw that. We made the first recommendation to the team that went around. Talk about the area. Domicile it in the primary school only if the government will have money to employ teachers and put in infrastructure. But because we knew the government would not have money, because we knew the government, we saw what was happening, we knew there would be no money. The diocese gave a second proposal. So we are the only diocese in Kenya that proposal to that team. Now that we knew the first one cannot work a yoga domicile in the primary school, we asked the bishop to allow us to give alternative 2. And I gave alternative 2 in Nyamira. And alternative 2 was very simple. And it will save the president, the Ministry of Education headache. We said, 2025, we shall have no 844 Form 1. Because we will have phased out Standard 8. You getting it? The government, previous government, built 6,000 classrooms in secondary schools for CPC grade 7. Are you getting it? Now, 2025, we will have enough space in secondary schools for junior secondary grade 9. So we said, grade 9 in 2025, again, the secondary schools. Those 4,000 classrooms, they can get 10,000. They can build them between now and then 2025. So to have 10,000 classrooms, ready, grade 9 in 2025. Now, grade 9, 10, 11, and 12, we have preparatories in secondary schools. We will need technical whatever, they will have to put it in the workshops for technical. We have this year and the next year a school that technical, go make a technical wing in that school. I think we are better with that one. Now, to run back to primary, we said ECD grade 1 to grade 8, particularly in the primary school. By a part and parcel of the primary section. Eruku aita grade 1 to grade 4, every junior primary, grade 5 to grade 8, every senior primary. Was bako in any name, lakini ababati behind. One, the teachers who taught them from standard 1 to standard 8 can still teach CPC curriculum from grade 1 to grade 8 because what changed were the objectives and the methodology. The content is still within the same limit. Number 2, there will be about 7 or 8 subjects about primary, but about to grade 8. These new disciplines or subjects that were introduced, advised teacher training colleges, but I go train for these subjects or these disciplines for CPC in the primary section. But every university, in your education faculty, we have added in CPC the following disciplines or subjects. Chaka go train for secondary, but you go teach when the CPC at the secondary level. You would have solved the problem very easily without the headache we are undergoing, without keeping everyone in class, without teachers.
Karo sekadar juga kurang begitu biara itu kangen sana betul kore. Inya. Apa ibori baru na baru ba komplain merwa dana moro beriyo baru banyak maiti ba nani bono banyak maiti apa ibori baru beri bagaria was pisindro
apa ibori bagaria was pisindro government went to allow I think right to know we behave at times as if we came from London the other day or New York to Kenya in the primary schools just school kiricha kachena ba ibori everything kiri primary right now. Now, there is nothing wrong with the Bible. Come together and find out what you can do for your school in terms of infrastructure. We have given this money to school, but also you chip in. That's why, also, the most successful schools in teaching CPC now are boarding schools, public schools, boarding in Kenya or well-established private schools. That's where CPC has succeeded. Because they said they have every day's organization. So parents have a role. In as much as CPC is a good curriculum, the question is the parents should be brought on board. But we need civic education. But CPC, this is what we need to do. This is the advantage, and let us do that. Lakini buata korwa. Alisi nate betenga kuigakiro montai we party asa koreki asa go play. The parents should play a role in CPC. Evan.
Biasana Secretary Celebrity Biari natakana urubose wa bo mwere nangana kwa bwate uchi suma jumuro turigiriri asimambia boninga anene asensemo yechisemi ninde nkwani ruragani asimambia boni.
Abagusiba minto nche onda asabe egente kamugosi bibere. Egetangani tiato temeto kwanya bana baitu banyore kisemi. Karonko genda gose ne function nagenda nanyora kuri school nanyora bana bari school going age bari in that function ungotaga kuminga what is happening. Yokomura chabantu baitu kabe ene paskipa. Ngonyo mwana ora around your home otereko ngende school or school going age kindly genda tebi nono mwa stand chief tebi abantu banyumba 10 bagenda bateya bayibuli yabu abana bagende school. Tigakiro umwana atoke school. Egere because a school netaya. A school nereragira abana baito ka batwara ubugimubuya. Gento kendi ya kabere kolere nkeringa bayibuli baito kaki tigato tobwatera ne school tokonya abana baito. Na ane na abagaka parents fathers kenda ki school mokonya abana baito. Onko ne ki school education day na nyora 90% na bangina 10% abagaka. Please, if possible, let us all go as a couple. Let's go to schools and let us try to assist our because little in a year. skuru tiye kurangiria wewe matukabira atatu so abagaka gaki tia tubuka boki togende ki skuru egere tokonya bana baitu nake ko ro konyoranga abagaka bange akogende skuru kwanyora kero kuburwa umwana ki wacha konyora wata amagukuru tumaitero ni litari umwana o yenya sa tokonye tokonya bana baitu biya mono
biya sana secretary ko sana to tena magukuru wa tokori abadiri tukori alero ade secretary na chache inde tuwa na mangi kere mangana ise miarni gare nene sana it's wide entukwa ndino na abana banyaroko baitu ngakiba konyora marita skuru akide kiruwe tanga akuongeyo because of time again ndebe on secretary na kango jaga kera kwateri baga tuwa nda mangana yo mangi kere education yone ntambe tukwa ndino na abantu ngote kirikuri kwa skuru engakipori de kirikuri kana ngakipori tiwo skuru tukwa ndi ikero yona mangaro asibisembi wantokore dikyando betokwana asisemi chitu cyasema tuko arebosyo asenjera yabene sekada na wakirembye mwana kurwanya ali bagari yabene ocha studio asemambi yabone tadi raisi ikera nayo kwa robo sembi gochi asem oyo tutegerera asemambi yabone mwana mwachumarira karano jina cyaraga giseso to cyabona mambia producer yana wandina ebiro bitu byo kolinge bisero wakirembye mwana naye karo kwa baba na intro toko bana sana ngontita somoro bilwensa kirita kali tukira Jumatatu Jumatano Alhamisi kono tukira Jumatano mambe na Alhamisi toto jutwara lichi kutoka kirembia mono tumira nangyo asomoro belio pwensake jojo utanene producer ito kwa kuna madugine chibicha ko chira senjera bene kwa niaba ya Sara toko banere kwa kirembia mono tumira nitukuri angyo kuna botambiriane Brighton Makoli.
Ndizi TV.